Hey guys, Diana again on the 18th, and this video was for June 11th, and I was unable to do it because on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we moved out of our house. Right now we're living in a hotel, as you can see in the background. We're living in this hotel for 3 weeks, so I'm actually moving July 5th, going to college, so I'm moving to southern Alabama, right next to Florida, and the oil spill and all that. But Friday, June 11th's topic is about teaching girls to be assertive versus being aggressive, setting social boundaries, taking action to fight back and regain our power as women and men. So, the big concept of this one is being assertive versus aggressive. So, as young women, young girls, young boys, young women, young men, being assertive can be hard. Being assertive and being able to kind of stick up for yourself isn't always the easiest thing, especially in high school and middle school with like bullies, people picking on you, cliques, all of that. Sticking up for yourself and feeling like you belong, feeling like you have friends and like you're part of a group. You have those people you can always turn to is a struggle for every teenager as they're growing up. And being assertive enough to stick up for yourself is one of the hardest things. Being aggressive is almost easier to some people. It comes easier. They would rather fight their enemy than stick up for themselves. But like I said, fighting that person or fighting your eating disorder, it's just tough. You have to be able to be assertive with your thoughts and your feelings, and be assertive with, your meal plan, assertive with your exercise regimen, and you have to be assertive and stick to the right amount, not fall too short and eat too little, and not go up too much and eat too much and not exercise enough. For most people, their body has this thing called your body tries to stay at this kind of perfect weight for you, and it'll do almost anything it can to stay at that weight. But if you do things like starve or overexercise, your body is going to have to take nutrition from your muscles and from your fat, and it'll go into this thing called starving mode, which what it does is it kind of gets rid of all the unnecessary things like hair and nails and healing surface cuts on skin, and it really only cares about your vital organs like your heart and your lungs and your liver, kidneys, which is not good, and it slowly will eat away at your muscles, and your heart being a muscle, it'll eat away at your heart. But just try and be assertive in your recovery and know what is best for you, know what you need, not what other people say you need or what other people say you need to do, but know what's best for your body type and what's going to help you in the long run. Because do listen to your doctors and do listen to your dietitian and nutritionists, all that, because they are professionals, so they do know what they're talking about. Just don't take what they say to you and brush it off and be like, I'm not going to do that. There's no way I'm going to eat that much. They've set that meal plan based on you and you alone. So it's tailored to your exercise and your activity, so do try and follow it the best you can. The next thing is setting social boundaries. This can be hard. Social boundaries as far as dealing with what other people say to you and what you do with other people. It can be hard. There are things you definitely shouldn't say to people with eating disorders, and there are things you should. The general public doesn't always know the difference between the two, and just be ready for them to say things that aren't necessarily going to help you all the time. They say comments that trigger a lot of the times without knowing it. They're not doing it on purpose. They say things that can be hurtful. Sometimes they'll ridicule you for having an eating disorder. They will question you, make you feel like you're not, make you feel like you're different because you have a mental disorder. And that's always really hard to deal with. But most of the people that do that are uneducated about eating disorders, and they do it without really knowing the facts. So it's not like they're purposely trying to ridicule you. They're doing it out of like false information that they've just kind of gathered themselves. A lot of people don't know the difference between anorexia and bulimia, and people say things that aren't true. So the next point is how to take action to fight back or regain power. So one thing I do every morning to take action and to fight back right when I wake up, I think I've mentioned this in another video, I'm not quite sure. Right when I wake up, I try and say like 3 to 5 positive things about myself, not about my body, like about personality, smart, intelligence, stuff like that. And that really like puts me on the right track for that day. And just doing little things like that, like little things to make you feel good throughout the day, no matter if it's taking time for yourself with like a hot bath or reading a book, or something like treating yourself to a manicure or something like that. Little things that you like that'll help you relieve stress and get back on track, and really just kind of calm you down, take action, clear your mind so you can fight the next day. And do know that eating disorders are like a lifelong illness. Even though you might be physically at the right weight, a lot of people are mentally in a place which isn't totally recovered. And one of my doctors told me that when you have an eating disorder, it's always kind of going to be in the back of your head for the rest of your life. It's always going to be there, and it'll flare up at certain times and be worse than others, but there will always be a little voice in your head kind of fighting with you to determine what's right and wrong. So it is a lifelong struggle, and being creative enough to finding new ways and new things that can help you in your recovery and can help you regain your power is tough, but do your best. Alright guys, I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.